Hey everyone, normally if I wanted to write a script for let's say it's part of a build process, I would use something like Python or Perl, PowerShell. I've had to do that in the past, never have I been able to use Pascal. Well, it turns out there is actually a little tiny utility that comes with free Pascal. It's called instantfpc, and it allows me to basically use Pascal like a scripting language, but I get all the benefits that I would get, with Pascal. That's speed, safety, and so on. So, what we're going to have a little look at today is how this program works under the hood, and maybe write something that might be usable. Well, we're going to find that out, but let's get started. So, first of all, modern Pascal, it doesn't really have a large footprint, especially just to run a few lines of a utility program. So Instant FPC now is a wrapper around the compiler. So I can write my standard source code, and then we can add this line to the top here, which is a shebang line here, which basically tells us that we want to use the Instant FPC program with the script here. And somehow what will happen then, we can make it, then I can also make the file executable. As you might make this window here a bit bigger. We can make it also executable, and then we can run it. And I can run it like this. Hello world, I'm Pascal. Interpreted? ? Now there's the thing. So this first one here, it's a very basic little script, doesn't do much at all. But the question mark is, what's actually happening here? Well, what actually happens is that Instant FPC will check on whether or not, the source code, let's say, has changed. And if it has, or the first time round, it won't exist, or it, so what it will actually do is to compile the program, it caches it, and then we'll run that program, and you can see the results of that. Now, obviously, what will happen then is the code hasn't changed. Then it can just, run the program which it had previously cached. So you get the native performance with like a script, like, flexibility. So I might change the program here. And now what will have happened, it will have compiled the program, it runs sweet as. This time round, it's a bit faster. Nothing had to be built. So that might be fine as a demo of how it can work, but why don't we actually do something that's potentially real? So what we're going to do now is to write a script that we can maybe scan a directory, extract information, and prints out that information in some way. So to do that, well, actually, let me get rid of, I'll minimize this window here, go over here. Oh, and by the way, you can also see here, there is just a pass file and no other project files, options, and so on. We're going to talk about that a bit later. Let's make this a bit bigger as well here. So here we have a program here, which, as I said, it will basically scan a folder for source code, prints out the name of each, and if it's increments a counter, and tells how many files there are. Not much to it, but also note then that we are going to be using param string 1, and we can make this a little bit more, how shall I put this, user friendly by doing something like, Okay. So basically what we've changed the program to say is we're going to make sure that, if we have got if we don't have a slash on, then we'll put that on before we do the star.pass. And that's what we're going to be looking for. And if we don't have any parameter coming in, then it'll just be star.pass and wherever the current directory is. Strictly speaking, I should check param count, but we're not going to here. So let's now save this change here. But before we just run it, I do want to mention just one other, maybe two things. First of all, that I've got this mode line here at the top here, and also that $H plus there. This, by the way, gives us the modern string handling. And as I showed you before, there's no build configuration, there's no project file, there's no intermediate files that you would get from the compiler like your .o or .ppu files, maybe cluttering up your work directory. Why don't we run this program right now and see what it does? And you can see here now that it says found 3 files here. You can see how big each are, so yay! So you might ask then, well, why would I use this instead of something like Python or a standard application? Well, if I were to use this, let's say as part of a build process, then by leveraging, let's say as part of a build process, I would already have the free Pascal or Delphi compiler on my machine. So why not utilize what's already there and not have to download something extra? So you don't have to copy over environment specific binaries or worry about libraries, etc. Other thing here is because the program is actually compiled behind the scenes before it runs it first time, or after a change, it will actually catch out any compiler related errors before something interpreted might be. Second, and the last point here I would say is that because it will be compiled, you're actually going to get a bit more of a native speed than if you were to use something that was interpreted. Now, the only downside I would say to all this, but you haven't really noticed it probably, is that, if I do make a change to the source file, then it would have to get recompiled. But, I didn't really notice it happening, so I'm going to say probably okay. So maybe the next time you want to do a system task, maybe you could do it in Free Pascal. I mean, after all, you know the syntax, and you probably would appreciate the stability that you get in Free Pascal. Then you might as well leverage that in this instance here. Now, as I said, Instant Pascal comes as part of Free Pascal. The only thing you might have to do is make sure it's in your path. You could add a symbolic link if you needed to, and your source language can be a little bit more agile. So, hey, I hope you got something out of this one, and thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.